Lainey, what is new in Canadian citizenship, if anything?
Citizenship requirements are typically the same as always for people who have already been permanent residents in Canada. You need to be able to show that you've been physically present in Canada for 1095 days in a 5-year period. The other way to attain Canadian citizenship is through a parent. Up until recently, there's been what's called a first generation limit. So that means that if someone born in a foreign country had a Canadian parent, that foreign individual would be eligible to apply for Canadian citizenship. However, there was a court case last year that determined that this was unconstitutional in a fancy court way. They didn't strike down the law, but they put a pause on the law, and there was some further litigation, and basically now there's an interim measure that's allowing second generation individuals an opportunity to apply for proof of Canadian citizenship up until November 2025.
This is pretty important in the context of persons in the United States who may want to leave the United States. So there are tens of thousands of Canadian citizens who have migrated to the United States over the years. And of course, their children now may be eligible to claim citizenship even though their parents weren't born in Canada. The court case mandated that the government change the legislation to honor this second generation in some way, shape, or form. That didn't happen before the election was called. It certainly hasn't happened now. So the court has extended that deadline for the legislation to be changed. In the meantime, there's a considerable limbo and possibly an opportunity for second generation persons to apply without any outside regulations, which the government may ultimately impose. So it's a big opportunity, and we are doing several cases of this, although we don't know what the outcome's going to be yet.
It can even apply in a grandparent situation if you are thinking of this.
It's an interesting time. When the new government gets around to it, we'll probably have new legislation which will have some regulations that restrict it to some degree.